The link between what is happening in our lives today in terms of the drought, in terms of upheaval in our societies, is linked to a concept called dharma. So dharma is defined as that which brings order into society. Now, in the ancient Vedic times, the ancient rishis knew that this order came about as a consequence of nature being brought into balance through the laws, and they identified that there was a consciousness in the universe that brought that order into human life, and they named that particular deity or deva Varuna. So Varuna is regarded as the deity that brings order out of chaos in nature. The Agni Hotra is an ancient Vedic fire ritual which was constructed to bring this order back into human life through a fire ritual that reorganizes the cosmic energies, what is called the bio-cosmic energies. So the Agni Hotra originated many thousands of years ago in the Vedic civilization, and they, interestingly enough, had this sense of how to capture different rhythms and bring it into a concentrated point and to radiate that to purify the atmosphere, purify the human, and bring many other benefits. So it's a very simple type of fire ritual, but it has certain prerequisites, and we basically going to work with that as a campaign throughout the country. We're going to invite families across the country, especially in the drought-stricken areas, to engage this process and to make their contribution to restoring the balance in nature and the balance in human life. The Agni Hotra is a science that brings together three different knowledge bases. So the ancient Vedic scientists understood what is called sacred geometry, and they used the science of what a pyramid could do. So the actual Havan Kund in which the Agni Hotra is conducted is actually an inverted pyramid. Now, the pyramid has very specific dimensions in terms of its base and its height and the angles. So the ancient civilizations knew that the pyramid was a transducer. It was able to bring energy into a point and then amplify it. And the science behind that is that when we take the pyramid and we draw a line from its apex or its peak to the base, 1/3 the way up from the base is a point where this energy begins to accumulate. Now, during the Agni Hotra, the actual activity of the fire is at that 1/3 level, and that's what, almost like the fire becomes the dynamo that's making the energy move. The mantra, the science of mantra, is also an ancient science, and the specific mantra that is used in the Agni Hotra is directed towards Surya and towards Agni, which is the fire. Surya is the consciousness behind the sun, and Agni is the consciousness behind the fire. And these two energies are brought together, and there is a mantra that is used in the early hours of the morning at sunrise, and a second mantra used in the evening for the evening component of the Agni Hotra. So Agni Hotra is then done sunrise and sunset, and there are specific mantras that accompany that performance. The entire thing takes about a minute to do. So that's the second science. So the first science was sacred geometry, second science was the science of mantra, and the third science is the science of biorhythms. So the ancient Vedic scientists knew that at the junction of sunrise, when the sun is just beginning to rise, it's a very powerful time for many energies to come together to enliven creation. The physics of how the Agni Hotra works is that 1/3 of the distance from the base of the pyramid is where the energy begins to accumulate. And so through the power of the resonance of that pyramid, so the pyramid starts a certain vibratory sound. So the actual electrons begin to vibrate under the energy of the fire. This energy then amplifies the whole process. And if we could see it in a visual form, at about 1/3 the way up, people who are psychic, who have like clairvoyant ability, see a blue light. Scientists have actually measured that that's the point where the energy is beginning to accumulate. And interestingly enough, within that minute, the energy becomes like incredibly intense, and it then bursts out of the Agni Kund and spreads for about 12 kilometers into the environment. So by combining the fire, the shape of the pyramid, and the mantra at that specific time, you are timelessly bringing all these energies into concert within that point in the Kund, and then the actual geometric shape of the pyramid begins to resonate and amplify that energy, and then it starts to spread out. So it all happens within that 1 minute, which is the sunrise or the sunset time. Well, the ingredients are very simple. The Kund, the cow dung patties, and the rice paddy is all in a pack. It's available from the Sai Spiritual Forum. Divine Life Society also initiates the Agni Hotra. They also supply the basic ingredients. So ghee is available anywhere, but the Kund, the cow dung patties, and the rice paddy, those are the key ingredients. Ghee can be obtained at any competent store, and those would be the things that we would need. So we will provide information on where it can be obtained from, and we're hoping to also make this how to do DVD available so people can learn the mantra, can learn the technique in a short while and practice it. Getting the timing of your sunrise and sunset, very easy if you just go onto your phone. All smartphones now have a GPS facility, and that immediately tells the software where you are located in terms of latitude, longitude. And you can then sign up for an app for where you are, and it'll give you every day what the sunrise and sunset time is. So it's very easy to do.
Suryaya swaha, Suryaya idam namama, Prajapataye swaha, Prajapataye idam namama, Agnaye swaha, Agnaye idam namama, Prajapataye swaha, Prajapataye idam namama.
So there are certain very simple disciplines. The first is that to perform the Agni Hotra, you must wash your hands, feet, and mouth. Not necessarily a bath, but to wash. Wear some reasonably clean clothes. And then to practice some silence whilst the fire is being initiated before the actual Agni Hotra is done. So usually the fire is set up about 5 minutes or so before the actual Agni Hotra time, the sunrise and the sunset. The second is to practice a bit of silence just before the Agni Hotra, maybe just quieten the mind so that you're preparing for this. And then to have the actual timing of sunrise or sunset available in front of you, so that at precisely that time the mantra is then initiated and the offering is put into the fire. I think that if many people engage the Agni Hotra in their own homes, we can rapidly change what is happening in the atmosphere. So the science of human mental energy is quite well known, and when many humans have similar thoughts, be they fear thoughts, vengeful thoughts, angry thoughts, hateful thoughts, it accumulates in the atmosphere and it forms what is called a thought form. Think of it like a big cloud of negative energy. Good energy also accumulates like that. So where we have tremendous discord for different reasons in the country, this thought form is accumulating, and it's causing an amplification of the negative behavior within our communities. It's amplifying the negative energies that do not allow the rhythms of rains to happen in our world. And so when Agni Hotra is initiated, this energy is like an incredible burst of energy out of the pyramid, and it fractures this energy. So within a short while, if enough people are doing it, we will find that changes happen very quickly in the environment within a community and a society. So those who have a sense of duty to their country in terms of bringing order back can use this in a twofold way. One is to break the cycle of the drought. The other is to quench the spiraling negativity within our country in terms of violence, and that will subdue within a short while.